Hello everyone and welcome to a new Let's Play of Strategic Mind, Communism. We will be starting up a new game here, so let's get started. But before that, this is a new game made by Starny Games, which also made Strategic Mind Pacific and Strategic Mind Blitzkrieg. I guess we can probably see some improvements here and there as well. Yeah, I'm quite excited to be playing this on the Soviet side, and most importantly for the alternate history scenarios right at the end. That's actually what I'm looking for the most. So we'll be playing through the game. Well, for me actually, to definitely see those last few missions and see what they got in store for us. Anyway, let's get started with a new game.
World War I morphed into civil war. The newborn communist state had to defeat its enemies, or die. The communists survived this deadly struggle, and the Soviet Union was able to raise its head among the nations. But that was far from the end of communist struggle. Repeated attempts were made to strangle the young country, many instigated or outright supported by the capitalist powers. In those years, the growth and modernization of the Red Army was the lifeblood of the Soviet Union's very survival. By the late 1930s, the Red Army had massively increased its theoretical combat power. But in reality, starting in 1937, communist purges turned against the Soviet military, and tens of thousands of leading officers were arrested and accused of disloyalty to the Soviet state, conspiracy, and even attempted coup. Despite flimsy or sometimes absolutely lacking evidence, thousands were executed. You take the role of Georgy Zhukov, a talented Russian officer who made it through the purges alive, but who now faces a future of unprecedented danger and difficulty. You must strike a precarious balance between Stalin's will and Soviet soldiers' lives. Above all else, you must ensure motherland's survival against all enemies. It is your duty to ensure that the Soviet people live to see another day. Good luck, comrade.
I do want to give a quick reminder here that whatever they might be showing in the cinematics, it is there not only to give flavor to the game, obviously, but also somewhat for its, let's just call it, I don't want to say sarcastic, but you have to take everything they show here with a little bit of grain of salt. They definitely put a bit of humor in there, in its ridiculousness. So that's something to keep in mind before, you take these little cutscenes a little bit too seriously. So yeah, just a quick reminder. We'll be starting the game on challenging, which is rather like the medium difficulty. I think Strategic Mind makes pretty challenging games, so I am totally fine with playing this on challenging. Enemy strength is, regular. Prestige for victories, regular. That's just all how it's supposed to be, and I think that the game offers the most excitement between difficulty and a fun factor on challenging mode, definitely. I'm not saying that insurmountable is undoable, but for me, if I want to get all the objectives on time, on the first try, basically, I don't really like replaying these kind of missions. So if I want to get all the objectives on time the first time, I definitely have to play on challenging. I'm not sure whether I would be able to do that on my first try on insurmountable, so that's why I'm generally going for challenging here, and I like it a lot. Great picture of Lenin there.
Rokossovsky, I have always considered you a very talented officer.
Thank you for your trust, Comrade Voroshilov.
Until recently, I was planning to promote you to Comcorps rank.
Why did you change your mind, Comrade Voroshilov?
Our ever-vigilant state security has uncovered some horrific facts about you, comrade.
You have been spying for both Japan and Poland. I have signed confessions from traitors to the state that prove it. Confess your crimes.
What is this nonsense? I served the Soviet Union faithfully and honorably.
You can lie to your cellmates, Rokossovsky. You are under arrest. The punishment for high treason is death.
Damn.
Rokossovsky, this is your last chance. Tell us who else was in on this conspiracy of yours.
I am innocent. I am not going to falsely accuse my comrades.
You have only to sign this confession to avoid the worst consequences. Well, if you are not with us, then you are against us. Let it be on your head.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. No, we're playing a Zhukov. Never mind.
Ready? Aim! Fire!
And he died. No, he didn't.
Comrade Zhukov, I have always considered you a very talented officer.
Thank you, Comrade Vorshilov.
These are troublesome times. The motherland needs more such exemplary officers.
Unfortunately, Comrade Voroshilov, as we have seen, not all exemplary officers are truly loyal to the motherland.
Comrade Zhukov, the Japanese Imperial Army has suddenly invaded our ally, the Mongolian People's Republic. They started out with some border clashes, but now they are trying to grab territory.
It is our sacred duty to protect our socialist Mongol brothers. We must teach these Japanese militarists a harsh lesson.
Comrade Zhukov, I order you to travel to Mongolia at once. Inspect our troops there. Take over operational command if necessary.
It is an honor, Comrade Vorshilov.
Good luck, comrade. I will be waiting for some good news for a change.
I also will be waiting for reports of your diligent and loyal service to the motherland, Comrade Zhukov. Ready? Aim! Fire!
Didn't even flinch.
You will sign the confession, Rokossovsky. Or next time, we shoot you for real.
Save your breath, comrade. I won't betray my fellow officers.
We shall see, comrade. Take him back to his cell.
If they're not going to shoot you the first time, they're not likely to shoot you the second time, I think.
Comrade Zhukov, several days ago, the Japanese have invaded the Mongolian People's Republic. The Soviet Union has promised to defend her from any foreign aggression. Now the Red Army has been ordered to repel that treacherous attack. With a special order, Comrade Stalin has appointed you the commander of the 57th Special Rifle Corps. Your men are deployed in Mongolia.
Comrade People's Commissar for Defense, please brief me on the operational situation.
The Japanese are attacking from the puppet state Manchukuo. They have violated the Mongolian border and occupy the eastern bank of the Khalkhin Gol River, with the exception of a single bridgehead we have on the eastern riverbank. Fighting is severe, but our boys are holding. Thanks to that, we have a chance to organize a counteroffensive and throw the samurai out of Mongolia.
Do not forget, our bridgehead is under very serious pressure. Intelligence collected by my agents indicates that the Japanese have concentrated significant forces close to the supply depot of the 23rd Division. It looks like the Japanese are preparing for a decisive assault on our positions.
Thank you for the information, Comrade People's Commissar of State Security. In this case, I must call for reinforcements. At this moment, I am in desperate need of tank units.
The first reinforcements will arrive tomorrow, but for now, you will have to kill the enemy with the forces you have. Our bridgehead must remain in our hands at all costs. Remember, the best defense is a good offense. As soon as the opportunity arises, counterattack and eliminate the samurai threatening our bridgehead. Fight bravely and skillfully. Remember, you are fighting for our Soviet workers and for our great leader, Comrade Stalin.
That we are. Right, so we have a couple of objectives. Repel the Japanese attack. We need to kill 3 units there. We can already see one of the Japanese units out here. And we have to hold the Soviet army foothold. I didn't see this artillery before. It's skillfully hidden there. Yeah, but we'll be putting that to good use. We can also buy some units. We'll see what I'm going to purchase. Let's just try to deal with this infantry first. Actually, I have no clue what's out there, so I'll be using aviation recon. It works the same as in strategic mind blitzkrieg. We just select the recon, it will fly over 3 hexes, and it will reveal the immediate vicinity. So it's coming there, then it's going up. We can see what is there, and they have a recon there, type 97 Jihad tank, and some infantry. They also have an artillery piece over here, so it's good to keep that in mind and to stay out of its range for the moment. Let's try to deal with this infantry first. We'll just attack, and doing this with the tank is probably more efficient. Yeah, 1-4. And attack. So those guys are dead. I'll move in here, I'll keep this position, it is relatively safe, and if these guys decide to attack, they will always get counterfire from the artillery, so I would be very pleased if they actually tried. Now with the prestige, I'm going to probably buy an artillery. Let's see, acquire units, and generally I really like having artillery at the start. So these guys are very, very expensive. It seems like 420. I think that's a little bit over the top. Let's take a look, because these guys are a little bit less powerful, and have more ammunition though. They also are not fort destroyers. Still, I am fine with acquiring these. I would like to get some infantry as well, so let's purchase this. It already has a truck. Let me actually turn down the music a little bit. I think it's a little bit high. Setting sounds. This is speech volume, video volume. Alright, there we go. I think this music volume is a little bit better. I'll have to take a look once the video is done editing. I already tried to set up some of the settings in order to increase the smoothness, I suppose, of the video. Yeah, so let's... Actually, these guys cannot attack yet. And they will have a range of 4. Yeah, so I can technically move and then attack whatever is out there or there. So let's place the artillery in here, and we can hopefully purchase on infantry as well. So let's take a look. We can get a regular. Yeah, that's actually fine. Let's acquire it. And let's give it some equipment while we are at it. I can't give it ground transport. Probably 120 and 60. No, that's definitely too much. I can give it some 50mm mortars, so at least then its soft attack will go up by 1. And I can give it some Molotov cocktails for +2 hard attack in close quarters. I guess this... Oh no, I can actually get the machine guns here as well. +1 hard attack, +1 soft attack. That's probably for the better to purchase that. And then we will deploy it. Oh, wrong one. There we go. I guess that will be the end of the turn. I don't really have anything else to do, of course, here, so... They're gonna try to go around. That's a mistake. I have no clue why they are trying this. Yeah.
Your reinforcements, Comrade Zhukov, as requested. I kept my word. Now it's up to you to see this operation through.
Thank you, Comrade People's Commissar for Defense. This gives me enough to kick those samurai in the teeth like they deserve. Their units probably haven't had time to dig in. On these open plains, our tanks will make short work of them.
Well, not necessarily. These guys do seem pretty dug in, but let's do a bit of aviation recon once again over here. Not sure why it doesn't work now. Come on. Okay. This is a bit weird. The game just released, or can I only do it on this side or something? No, it also does not seem to work this turn. This is super weird. Okay. Why did it work now? I don't think there's anything wrong with my mouse button. That's very odd. Oh well. So they have on artillery here as well. We'll probably have to deal with it. It's probably best to just use the tanks for it. I'm going to start with the non-core tank. And because I'd rather have damage on the non-core than on the core tank as it is. Yeah. Although it seems to be 1-1 as well. Or 1 damage. Luckily it's non-lethal. And as for you, let's move you up as well, because I will have the artillery support over here. Bye. And I'm not likely to be able to take it now. That is totally fine. All my units here have the support that they need. Now I do need to work with these. This was a bit strange the way that happened, but let's move to this side. I think this is probably... No, it's a pretty poor attack. What can you do? 2-1, so that's no good. I will have to go after the tank. How about now? I'd rather use the anti-tank here and then first get an overrun. That's not a great attack. I have really no clue what these guys are going to try and do there. They can't go through the mines, so it is very odd behavior, is what I'm thinking. But let's move you here for now, and then we'll see what those guys will be up to. Again, I just want to 1, 2, 3, 4, so stay out of range with that artillery. And besides that, there's just not that much to be done in those areas. I think we are all set up and ready to go. We'll get 27 income, so I might just as well take a peek. Okay, so they have strong defenses over in those locations. And yeah, we have to get pretty far, I think. Just an infantry out there. That's okay. Alright. Let's end the turn. So now they're going back once again. They just seem to be kind of stuck there and not willing to do a whole lot. Kind of weird. On night times, basically you have a 66% attack penalty, so you're not likely to be able to achieve a whole lot necessarily. You can already see here this is a 0-0 attack. So for the moment, I can attack here, but it's just not... Nope. I want to do this for a bit of experience. They will do 1 lethal, I will do 2 lethal. No thanks. Maybe they'll attack me and then I'll be in a pretty decent spot. I will try to finish this. There's never a line of fire here, okay? Let's cut him off at least here. I know that the attack in itself isn't too great. Let's just move like that and attack again. They're down by a little bit. And they did try to attack me. Nice. I think. It's fine.
The village of Jinjin Sume lies at the intersection of several strategic routes. It is a point that the Japanese could use as a springboard for attack. It must be cleared of enemy units.
Let's attack. Take that. And move in here. So we did capture this now. And we should also be able to finish these guys off now.
We've repelled the Japanese attack on our bridgehead. We hammered those capitalist samurai.
Comrades, now is not the time to celebrate. My agents say the Japanese have now crossed the Khalkhin Gol near the Saigon mountain. They are digging in there. The samurai can strike at your rear at any moment.
Zhukov, just crush them with our mighty tanks and be done with it.
We can't just throw our tanks at the Japs. The samurai will burn them. First, we need to soften up their infantry with attacks from the air. Then we should send in the tanks, but only with the support of our own infantry.
You are far too timid for a cavalry commander. You underestimate the bravery of the workers' and peasants' Red Army. Have you forgotten how we smashed the White Guards in the Civil War? With nothing but cold steel and rifles? But do as you wish. I hope the units you have will be enough to storm Saigon.
The Japanese that grabbed Saigon are completely destroyed. Those samurai will remember this lesson for a long time.
Congratulations. Now we have to push the Japanese invaders out of Mongolia. You must advance to the northeast and capture the 23rd Infantry Division supply depot and the Nomonhan Board Obo stone cairn that marks the Manchukuo-Mongolian border.
My reports indicate fresh Japanese troops are preparing to cross the Khalkhin Gol north of the Saigon. If you don't stop them, this war is lost.
Thank you for the warning, Comrade Beria. We'll welcome the samurai in proper Red Army style. Let them try to cross the Khalkhin Gol. They will drown there.
Alright, we can move a few of these units. It's, we should probably put at least a recon there and then have the artillery as a backup, it seems to me, if they're going to try and cross. We'll have to kind of watch out. So I also probably want to keep the tank over in that direction, at least for a little bit, just to be sure and safe. Now, you got smashed pretty badly, but it's okay. Let's actually put you in here and then attack them. The attack is not so great, but I guess we'll manage. 1-3, huh? The biggest problem here is, of course, the anti-aircraft cannon. That did not go as well as I might have hoped. Anyway, these guys have a range of 4, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The one thing, at least, that I can do here is try to protect my artillery, which is the most vulnerable unit. And for the moment, I don't really see any reason to bomb anything, so I'll just keep these guys out there. And we'll see how it goes. They might also go for that artillery, but this is my core artillery, so it is actually the most important. Let's take a look. So these places are not very well defended. I think it's probably best to try and move up, attack the artillery. We can also see whether there'll be a counteroffensive coming. Doesn't seem very likely at the moment, so yeah, let's move out here. Because that artillery is definitely the most dangerous. Yeah, we can't really do a whole lot else. Let's as long as that artillery is there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I can attack there on the next turn. It's not a great positioning, to be sure. But nothing should be able to see that artillery at any rate. Like, there is no enemy position anywhere there. I should actually try to get down to this location too, if I can. They do seem to have some units there, also an artillery. But then I would rather take this first, secure my flank, and then move into that position. Let's okay. Wow, 4 damage. I mean, seriously? That's a lot. Okay, that went fairly well.
It seems like the Japanese fighter pilots are getting an upper hand against our aircraft. How did they learn to fly like that?
That won't last. We won't let samurai fly circles around Soviet pilots. I am sending you a squadron of our finest aces and also a crack unit of anti-aircraft artillery. That's all you should need to get air superiority. Stalin's Falcons will teach the Japanese a lesson in aerobatics.
Sure, I'll be using anti-air on these guys first. And I should aim to take this out, actually, and secure this foothold. Otherwise, these tanks are going to cross the river. That's just something that I generally do not want to see. But for the moment... let's continue to harass the artillery there. Still no chance of getting all the way up there, huh? Fine. I'll keep attacking. This is 4 and 2. Wow, okay. That's quite bad. Anyway, there is no damage here either. Let's move up. Attack the anti-air. Attack them again. This will allow me to get an overrun with the tanks. I'm actually going to put this BT in here, because it's probably going to take the punishment from wherever that might be the case. Okay, let's attack those. That's good. So the anti-aircraft is now destroyed. Now, at this point, this is a 4-4, and these are non-core units. Let's use Afterburner. They're down quite a bit. And I will also be moving you up here. Use Afterburner. Attack these. Okay, so both of these are severely weakened right now, and that paves the way for my core plane. Oh, you're right, these support each other even if they're not adjacent. I completely forgot about that. I always assume that the enemy forces must be adjacent in order to support each other, but in this game that's not the case. They also support each other even if, like in this case where I'm in the middle, they will still support. Well, the 1 damage is not too bad, but it still kind of sucks. Kind of forgot about that indeed. Well, they're demoralized and fleeing. That's okay. Let's start bombing. I didn't see any anti-aircraft in that particular area. Just hope they don't have any more planes, basically. That's a nice overrun. Okay, they will likely overwatch whatever unit goes first. Oh, they have a range of 2. Oh, that's actually really good for the recon. Huh. Recons don't actually get overrun, so it is a bit weird there. Mostly non-lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually think they might be able to get in there and then attack. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Nice. I don't need to cross the river just yet, especially since I'll be on that hex. I don't really like that position. I'll be sending you back. They are severely damaged. I'm gonna put one on the plane. Because that will also keep them safe, hopefully, and away from harm. No reason to attack there, and I do have the artillery to back up my units around here. So that's looking all fine and well. This is looking good, and we are okay here too. Let's slowly start creeping towards that with these guys. There's no reason to use the trucks. Again, this artillery is still there. I don't really like the way things look. Let's see if they got a few reinforcements coming from here. Doesn't seem to be the case. Since we get so many points, I am totally fine with investigating each and every corner and nook. The only airfield they can go back to is this, so that's also why I don't really mind it that much, because I'm going to take over this airfield on the next turn. And I don't see them coming out anytime soon. Not really sure. Okay, fine. It's not gonna give me a whole lot of damage. These are just straight up bad attacks. I also don't know what this is supposed to be. Moving around with a 0 strength unit. Just like that. Well, I kind of expected to take that over. Well, never mind. Let's go in here. Attack them again. I guess the difficulty there is obviously that it's night now. That kind of sucks, but it is not a serious problem. Let's finish off that plane. I will have to actually bomb the infantry trying to cross here. They are going to give the most problems. I'm gonna move the... Let's actually see, because you are supporting everything there right now, which is nice. I can't allow them to get a advantage. I think they might just try and get here. Yeah, the damage is probably negligible at that point, but I want these guys to get the experience of destroying the unit. And now... Oh, they can't even move. Okay, well, never mind. So we crushed that... Attack. I can probably finish these guys off this way. This is much better. So even though I'm taking a damage there, do I need to attack these? Well, let's see if I can lower their entrenchments first. Let's get these guys back into the airfield. And I guess again back out. Also because then I can put the fighter in here in the middle, so that's relatively safe. I'm putting you here, you can... Oh, it's no line of fire, never mind. Let's not attack. I am actually fine on not rushing this too much. I don't really see any reason to be too hasty. Just gotta make sure... Wait... how much do I mind? No, you can move, so I can actually get the infantry in here, finish them off, move you in here, and we're totally safe. And this will probably not do a whole lot either. Like, they can attack, but I... Oh, they actually did 1 damage. Oh, good for them. They're actually doing a little bit better than I expected, not by a whole lot. Comrades, it's not too bad.
My agents report a plane carrying a Japanese high-ranking officer crashed near the Hulatulainobo Mountain. Secure the wreck site. Search the area. You might find something interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that like I already said. I probably will. First, let's attack. You're gonna take over the airfield over here, and I should take a look at my supplies. Yeah, you can go in here, attack them a second time. That does not get rid of anything, but let's attack. So they're now at 4. Their entrenchment is still at 1. 2-2. I don't think that's enough. We do know that they have an artillery down there. I'll just wait and think about that for a second. So first of all, let's attack these. And can we... Okay, so I don't need to finish them off here. As I want to give the experience to my other unit. They're mostly damaged. It's not too bad. You, though, are best off flying there. Yeah, and they will not finish them off. Oh, they will. Really? Ah, come on. I guess I should have checked that, whether they still had enough... Oh! Strength left. Man. Misclicking left and right here. That's funny, it said 3-1. Come on. Alright, fine enough. Gotta overrun. And I want you. Oh, they cannot move back in there. They could get on this. But... that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, how much protection are they gonna get? Not too much, I think. You in here, you back, you into this. Back them, finish them off, getting a bunch of experience. And then I guess we're good to go. Most of these are nearly destroyed, and this is also looking quite well. Yeah, you don't need to move up, and I can leave these guys there just fine. Let's see which units are left. You can move. You don't, you don't, you don't. Okay. So I guess it's raining now. Move in here, finish them off, get the experience. You. Attack. Attack. Protect him as well.
The Japanese attempt to cross the Khalkhin Gol has failed. Now the initiative is totally on our side.
Finish those guys off. Great. Now we can both take a look at what they might still have around here. It's probably not a lot. So we can immediately go and make some pretty good crossings here. It seems like we have quite a lot of supply around here as well. And that's great. Let's move you up. This is the time to start hurrying. I suppose, first of all...
The Japanese are getting reinforcements on the Mongolian border. Prepare for the enemy counterattack.
We beat them before. This time will be no different.
They could have told me that earlier. That would have been nice. I would have prepared for that. Now... Really? There's only a unit down there? I see. Counteroffensive, 2 units. So... okay, that is not amazing. I have to say, I'm never too pleased when the enemy just, you know, trigger spawns units right on top of you. That is definitely a bit of an issue. Let's keep you around. And yeah, basically they have to take back the airfield now. There's no way I'm gonna be able to hold that. So let's pull back. Let's see if they get reinforcements somewhere else. Probably not. Doesn't look like it. So we also saw that there were no units up here. No, indeed. So let's go. You will have to make use out of the other airfield then. And get out. Same for these guys. They will have to go back for this turn. And get going. Move back into the airfield. What do we have left? You're not going to move there. You guys are in a marginal position. Not a whole lot I get to do here for now, unfortunately. Like I said, we'll have to let them take it back. I might have some support here. That's at least okay. Yeah. I wonder whether they're going to go after the infantry or probably after one of these. Alright, not too bad. So my defense did hold at the very least. Oh, this looks interesting. Yeah, that's a strange color palette. We know there is only an infantry in there, but we definitely need artillery support to deal with it. Okay, so these attacks are not super effective. I'll deal with the infantry on the next turn, and then I can land in there. I mean, I would assume that they do indeed get fuel and ammo back, and indeed they do. They have no movement. I'll just leave them there. They're not going to be destroyed anyway, so that's not really a thing. Oh. Keep bombing them. Okay, this is fine. I will leave these units like this in that position. They'll move down afterwards. Let's go. And this is, I think, definitely the time to be aggressive, so let's get moving.
The Japanese counterattack was repelled. They took huge losses.
Excellent, Comrade Zhukov. Let the samurai learn that anyone who stands in the path of the Red Army will surely be crushed.
Yeah, definitely. I will continue moving. Because we know they have only an infantry there, so I'm setting myself up for an attack. I don't actually even see them getting out of that entrenchment. I mean, they would be giving up that position. That's very unlikely, I think. Now, take a look down here. Get into bombers. First, land, get out. Bomb them. Bomb them again. Bomb them. They are at 4 damaged, so I'm confident I can do this. They will not get destroyed, but they will if I move here. And I can move in here. We know there's no unit there.
We've found the operational plans the Japanese command will use for military aggression against Mongolia and the Soviet Union in the future.
Excellent, Comrade Zhukov. Send those documents to Moscow immediately. Make them top secret, for mine and Comrade Stalin's eyes only.
Obviously. Now all we need to do is finish off the remainder of the enemy units. And then we should be golden. I think we're in a fine position to do that. There's nothing, or not too much left for us to do. So, in that sense, it's a pretty easy first mission, I suppose. They made this first mission a lot easier than in Blitzkrieg. I remember in Blitzkrieg, the first mission to get all the objectives, it was actually remotely challenging. But it seems like with this one, they decided to make the introductory scenario a bit easier, which is fine, you know, I think that's okay. I'm not complaining, I guess. No line of fire. This will take a little while, also because we're deeply entrenched. But I guess not too long. They have to go down a lot in entrenchments and yeah. Yeah, they will not move. Oh, no line of fire, sure. Fine. Let's see. Let's keep them there for one more turn. Okay, that was maybe... No. Take it over. Move you up. Move you up. Go in there. I have all the time in the world, so I don't really see a reason to rush things here. Get in the bombers, get them out, start moving up as well. And with a little bit of luck, we can already do whatever we want on the next turn. Stay again. I should use these first. Take it over.
Our troops are in full control of Jinjin Sume. We captured some very interesting trophies, specifically Japanese armored flamethrower vehicles. They could come in handy when we have to storm enemy fortifications.
Excellent. Now the Japanese won't dare step into Mongolian territory from that direction, and we have Japanese flamethrowers. Now is the time to smoke the Japanese out of Mongolia once and for all.
I'm working on it.
Our troops have secured the Mongolian state border. We have routed the samurai from Mongolian territory.
The Japanese militarists now know the taste of Red Army bayonets. Just like the song says, from the northern tundra to the British seas, the Red Army is the strongest. The glorious fighters of the Red Army have driven the Japanese militarists out of Mongolia. You have won a glorious victory, Comrade Zhukov. Our great leader and the Mongolian government send their congratulations.
Of course. Like I said, very easy for a first mission, I suppose. Nothing too fancy there. We do have a bunch of repairs, but overall I think it went well and fine. We'll get the Order for Military Merit, +1 hard defense to the HQ unit, granted by the Mongolian People's Republic. And we also get the Hero of the Soviet Union medal with +1 command point. Let's finish the operation and see what great cutscenes they have in store for us here.
After the initial failures in air combat against the Japanese, the Soviet Air Force sent its best pilots and new I-16 fighter planes to reinforce its troops in Mongolia. Soon after, the Soviet pilots established air superiority. Some of the best enemy pilots were shut down.
That's great. And we'll be looking at the intermediate screen here. So we always get to reinforce our units and do upgrades, things like that. Improve on our skills. Take a look at the next mission. Let's take a look at the campaign map here. So first of all, we will have the invasion of Poland as the next mission. We can already see that. No global effects at the moment, of course. This is a bit different though. Like the campaign map is now down here, and it used to be up here, at least for the German campaign, so this is definitely a bit different. Of this here units, and this great picture about all this Soviet stuff. I actually kind of like this, the way this looks. It's CCP there, you know, and it's just all this stuff that they have around here. It's just great. That's actually lovely. I did say they do things a little bit over the top. I would say almost Red Alert 2 style, but just not quite. But definitely, yeah, I like it a lot. We'll take a look at our skills, at the units, etc. on the next mission. I've been playing long enough for now, but I don't mind making a little bit of a longer video as the first one to just show off the entire first mission and things like that. Either way, do you like this video? Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, or head down to patreon.com to check out the stuff there. And I will hopefully see you all for the next episode. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.